It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Kyle, and this is Dante.
All right, Miles and Dumpy, let's go.
It is Sports Center with Jay and Dan, presented by McDonald's. We just tried the McDonald's donuts before the show.
We ate 6 each.
It seems every
Got
show.
a lot of sugar in me.
Every show we start by saying we ate McDonald's. We were like, you guys live in a
We
McDonald's?
just love our sponsors so much.
Hey, speaking of loving, but not loving, Bears fans, not loving the Monday Nighter.
Good segue, Dan. Very smooth. And you're right. Bears fans not loving much about their team at all right now.
No.
They got a new guy calling the plays on offense. Would it make a difference against their division rivals, Minnesota? This very cool, Dan. Look at this, Adam Thielen with the Alex Trebek cleats. A longtime Jeopardy host lost his battle with cancer earlier this month. Thielen, also an excellent football player.
Cousins forgetting about the field goal. Thielen one-armed, able to bring it down for the touchdown.
I'll take that touchdown catch for 1,000 right there.
Very good.
Yes, very nice, Louis Riddick. There it is, Thielen. Incredible catch, 17-yard grab. Vikes draw first blood. Kirk Cousins, he has the longest losing streak in Monday Night Football history. He is 0-9 in his career. Monday Night Football. Late in the half, Cousins again looking for Thielen. Can't make the catch. Khalil Mack just rips it away. Khalil Mack shoving Cousins aside, shoving everybody aside. That would lead to a Bears field goal, so it's 7-6 for the Vikes at the half. Third quarter.
Bailey puts it in the air. Cordell Patterson waiting for a big return. 5 yards deep out of the end zone, trying to run it out. Down the sideline. Patterson has 7 for his career. Looking for 8 down the sideline. Throws up the deuces for the touchdown.
Yeah, the former Viking, Cordero Patterson, 104 yards, 8th career kickoff return touchdown. That's tied for the most all time. His former head coach, Mike Zimmer, very upset on the sideline. Furious. Bears have their first lead. Tied in the fourth. Vikings are back deep in the red zone. Cousins again to Thielen. Lots of time. Second TD of the game. Third multi-touchdown game of the season for Adam Thielen. Vikes up 19-13. And it was still a 6-point game with under a minute left. And here come the Bears. Nick Foles under pressure. Tossed to the turf and hurt on the play. Looked like he landed on his hip, and he actually had to be carted off the field. Mitch Trubisky is already out, so the Bears in serious trouble in a lot of ways. They've lost both of their quarterbacks. They've lost 4 in a row after starting 5-1. They do have a bye week next week. It couldn't be timed any better. Meanwhile, the Vikings have won 3 in a row after starting the season 1-5. Here is Bears head coach Matt Nagy on Nick Foles.
When I got out there right away, I wasn't sure what it was. I didn't know if it was like his ribs or his shoulder or what. And then when I saw the amount of pain that he was in on the ground, I hope he's okay, but he was in a lot of pain. And he's a tough dude, and he was in a lot of pain. And when you see that, you're down there with him, you feel for him just because you don't know how good or bad it is. So that part's hard.
All right, Cordero Patterson, despite the loss, setting some history on Monday night, making some history. Three's Company, by the way, love that show. The late John Ritter.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Joyce DeWitt. It was pretty racy. A lot of suggestive comedy. If you never saw it, it was John Ritter played a cooking school student living with 2 girls. The 2 girls shared a bedroom. It was the 70s. Anyway, Cordero Patterson, 8th career kickoff return TD, matching Josh Cribbs and Leon Washington for the most in NFL history. And
Update on Drew Brees. He has multiple rib fractures on both sides of his chest and a collapsed lung. Brees suffered 2 fractured ribs Sunday against the 49ers. He actually broke 3 other ribs a week ago, but that injury wasn't revealed until a CAT scan on Monday. Doctors advised Brees to be especially careful with the lung. You think? Saints head coach Sean Payton didn't update Brees' status. It says he won't name a starter until later.
I haven't seen him yet this morning, but I think, look, he took a significant hit yesterday in that game, and, you know, we were mindful of his reps during the week, so I'm sure I'll have a chance to visit with him here, you know, in the next 24 hours.
That's great. A collapsed lung. So the Saints have 2 quarterbacks. They got Jameis Winston and they have Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's kind of the Swiss Army knife. They use him in a lot of situations. So I have a feeling you're going to be seeing both Winston and Hill. You know what was supposed to be happening this week? The Grey Cup in Regina. And as I always tell people, if you want a true only in Canada experience, you must go to at least 1 Grey Cup in your lifetime. Well, thanks to the pandemic, there was no CFL season this year at all. As for next year, Commissioner Randy Ambrosie spoke publicly on Monday for the first time since August.
Just this morning, I shared with my team that as soon as I see that we've got sign-off from all of our stakeholders, we're going to publish a schedule very, very soon. So we're excited. We've got a schedule planned for 2021. We're excited about that schedule. And I would say in the not too distant future, CFL fans from coast to coast to coast will get a chance to, you know, kind of pick their spots, mark their calendars, and make sure that they're going to be, you know, front and center for CFL football in 2021. We're planning on being in Hamilton. We just are, and I'm so excited. You know, first of all, we do in conversations with healthcare officials. Obviously, it's early, still lots to develop, but in conversations with healthcare officials, they are looking at late summer and fall. You know, we getting potentially back more normal. Certainly November is a long ways off. We know how much can happen in a year. We're going to be in Hamilton in 2021 for Grey Cup, and it'll be one of the, you know, it'll be a special event, and maybe it'll be that celebration we're all longing for, where our lives, you know, return to more like normal. We're looking at all manner of opportunities to, you know, to raise capital. The single biggest solution, the single best solution for the CFL in respect of our plan going forward is to be able to get our stadiums opened up, to get our players back on the field, and to get our fans back, you know, back in the stands. That is the single best thing that could happen to this league. But I'm happy to report we're looking at all kinds of options, keeping our doors open, and hopefully all of those things will come together, because we're excited about 2021 and beyond, and we're going to make it happen.
And CFLPA President Solomon Elamimian responded to Ambrosie's comments.
We're a little bit disappointed, you know, hearing the commissioner today not really give concrete details in terms of, you know, commit to a 21 season. You know, ultimately our players want to get back to work. So, you know, we're ready and willing to discuss any and all things to get our players back to work. And I think the first domino needs to happen, needs to fall, is the CFL commit to a 21 season.
A reminder, Grey Cup Unite Week is already underway. And Saturday, we have a special broadcast tailored towards it. You can catch it at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on TSN. Still to come, the NBA's trade moratorium has finally been lifted. One star's already on the move and another one wants out. Details are next.
Let's walk over to the other set, because there's a lot going on in sports, and the NBA trade deadline is heating up. Things are heating up in the trade market.
Again, this is always a good indicator of things happening. We've got a novel over here.
Right. You know, yeah, if we have a lot of notes.
Let's get to it.
There it is. The Suns, Phoenix Suns, have acquired Chris Paul from the Thunder. In exchange, OKC receiving a package of players. Among them, Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre Jr. and a 2022 first-round pick. Paul averaged almost 18 points and 7 assists, leading the Thunder to the postseason. He now joins All-Star Devin Booker in the Suns' backcourt after Phoenix just missed the playoffs in the bubble last season.
He's got 2 more years left on his contract. He's going to make $41.4 million this coming season as a player option worth $44.2 million in the 21-22 season. So again, I think the key here is if you have a young aspiring athlete, get them to take up basketball.
Get them playing hoops. Yeah, Monty Williams is the coach of the Suns. He coached Chris Paul in New Orleans. They apparently got along very well there. So this is a nice fit. I think he's very excited about that. Paul is to go there. Chris Paul's been involved in a lot of trades over the course of his career.
How many what number of team is this for him now?
So let's take a look at it. We've got
4 or
it. He
5?
was traded to the Lakers in 2011. That deal was vetoed by David Stern. Then he was traded to the Clippers. Then he was traded to the Rockets. Then he was traded to the Thunder. Now he's been traded to the Suns.
So this is 4th. 5. This is 5th. Okay. According to multiple reports, New Orleans Pelicans are trading guard Drew Holiday to the Bucks in exchange for Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and 3 first-round picks. Holiday averaged 19 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds for the Pellies last season. Both Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo's contracts expire after the upcoming season.
So you might say to yourself, wait a minute, Drew Holiday. I mean, that's a lot to give up for. Drew Holiday's a nice player, but he's not a superstar. Mm-hmm. But the thought process is, this is the Bucks saying to Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got to sign that Supermax extension right now. You got to sign it because we're going out. We're giving up the future for you to win now.
Yeah.
Come on, Giannis.
You like us, don't you?
And the Trailblazers, they're taking advantage of the Houston Rockets and the fact that the Houston Rockets look to be dismantling their franchise. Trailblazers got Robert Covington in exchange for Trevor Ariza and 2 first-round picks. Covington averaged 12 points a game last year for the T-Wolves and Rockets. It'll be Ariza's 3rd stint with Houston. 3rd. Wow.
And per Adrian Wojnarowski, James Harden turned down an extension offer with the Rockets to make him the first player to earn $50 million per year. That's right, turned down a $50 million option. Instead, he told the Houston staff to get him to Brooklyn. Rockets and Nets have been in contact but haven't had any meaningful dialogue yet. 31-year-old. He's still only 31.
Yeah.
He's the scoring leader last season, averaging over 34 points per game.
So he wants to go to Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. You got Durant there. You got Kyrie there. You got Harden there. It seems like a lot of guys who need the ball in their hands.
Yeah. You got a cool court there.
Very cool court. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very exciting times in Brooklyn if those 3 come together. Raptors, they have 2 picks in Wednesday's NBA draft. They've got some decisions to make on a few free agents. What will be a very busy and condensed offseason. We've seen it already on this show. Mm-hmm. What will be the priority for Toronto, though? Let's ask Josh Lewinberg.
Joined by Jack Armstrong. And Jack, it's the Fast and the Furious edition of the NBA offseason. 3 months of action condensed into 2 weeks. And while some teams have already started to make noise, let's focus on the Toronto Raptors. They've got 2 picks in Wednesday's draft, and then they've got 3 prominent free agents who hit the market on Friday. What's the biggest priority for the Raptors this week?
I think the biggest priority, Josh, number one, is you look at your top 2 free agents in Fred VanVleet and Serge Ibaka. I think those are your priorities. Can you nail it again on the draft? The Raptor front office, Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster and company have done a sensational job over the years when you look at that category for maybe a developmental prospect or 2. And the reality is, hey, the Raptors have been in the playoffs 7 straight years. They've had a tremendous run, and you want to make a run again and getting back to the playoffs and being a contending team for the 8th year in a row. So, and last but not least, have that cap flexibility going into the following season to potentially be a major player in the free agent sweepstakes. So there's a lot of moving parts, but nonetheless, when you have leadership like the Raptors have, they can pull it off.
It's a good thing they've had all this time to prepare, and it's a good thing they've got a front office that's pretty good at multitasking, because the one thing we haven't mentioned is where are they going to play while they're preparing for the draft and free agency. They're also talking to government officials, trying to get clearance to play in Toronto next season, while also looking at other contingency options if that can't happen, and hoping to have an answer soon. So, yeah, it's a busy time in the NBA right now, but it's especially busy for the Toronto Raptors.
So the draft is coming up this Wednesday on TSN. And with all the trades that have just happened on Monday, this is going to be an exciting 48 hours leading up to it.
Yeah.
Raptors have the 29th and 59th picks. The coverage begins 7:30 Eastern Time. And as I just mentioned, it's the start of what promises to be a whirlwind week in the NBA.
And if you're worried you're not going to be able to keep up with the latest trades and signings, there's help.
Are you exhausted from trying to keep up with all the crazy NBA trade, draft, and free agency rumors?
Well, wake up with 120-hour energy, the only 5-day energy drink that'll keep you alert and looking at your Twitter feed so you don't miss a single insane rumor like the Rockets to trade Russell Westbrook to Dallas for Boban. No, sleep till Brooklyn. Maybe packages Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, Jay-Z, the Brooklyn Bridge, and a case of ironically drank discount beer for just James Harden. And no leaks in the Raptors? Come on, just one leak, Masai. Masai, come on. Just one leak. One leak. Masai. After 120 hours of searching for Woj bombs, you'll be like, have I lost my mind or have I just been up for 5 days? And both will be true. 120-hour energy. It's too many hours and I don't feel good.
Yeah, you'll be having Woj dreams. You probably noticed this all over social media on Monday.
Okay.
The NHL and Adidas released their reverse retro jerseys Monday. Habs went with the all-blue look. The Sens, oh yeah, all red.
I like it.
The Leafs, blue and gray.
You don't love it, I love it.
The Flames went with the horse head.
Awful. Garbage.
The Oilers,
Calgary, you blew it.
Oilers all white with orange shoulders.
Very nice.
Canucks
like that one.
with the blue and green faded look.
We split on this one. I love it, you not so much.
The Jets are going to wear all gray and dark blue.
Pretty cool.
And the Avs bringing back the Nordiques logo mixed with the Avs colors.
That's cool.
Canes, they went back in time with the Hartford Whalers jersey, as you would expect them to.
Yeah. And the Islanders, they just decided we're not participating.
They just kept everything the same.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Now, we went through all 31 teams. We came up with our own top 3 and bottom 3 reverse retro jerseys. And we're going to reveal our picks in the latest edition of Jay and Dan Rank Stuff. Now, I'm going to go first.
Okay, let's see.
So here are my top 3. And I feel like there was consensus that the Kings jersey was like #1. Because that's just a beaut, right? You got the Kings, the Gretzky logo with the Marcel Dion colors. The Florida one, that's just Pavel Bure all over that. And there's something about that Leafs jersey, the 70s, early 80s striping. I just think I think it's their nicest jersey. I think it's really nice.
I have no complaints about any of these.
And then you got the bottom 3 for me, Dan. Calgary should be ashamed of themselves. Hate it. St. Louis, that was one of the worst jerseys in the history of the league, and now it's even worse than it was. And Buffalo, don't you want to forget about those cross-saber logo days?
Yes.
Why bring them back? But again, at least you made an effort, unlike the Islanders, who literally just mailed in their actual current jersey.
Okay, here are my top 3 reverse retro jerseys. The Devils.
I do dig that.
David Putty, he'd be proud of that. The Wild hit a home run.
Love it. North Stars tribute. My only complaint about that one, they should have gone with the North Stars logo. Yeah, but I guess it's reverse retro.
Yeah.
So.
And the Avs going with the Nordiques with the Avs colors. Brilliant.
I'll go this far, Dan. I think the Minnesota Wild should change their colors to those colors.
I do not disagree. Okay, my bottom 3. Pittsburgh one, I don't like it at all. It's too boring when everyone else was kind of like really throwing a Hail Mary. Vancouver's, there's just something missing on this one.
You don't like it? I don't know why. I just think it looks great.
And Anaheim one's is a hot pile of garbage.
Yeah, what's his name? Mighty Wing?
It looks like they were onto something, and then they ran out of time, and they said, "Here, we've got to submit it."
I remember when they had the jersey with that logo.
But it looks like it's unfinished.
Yeah, it
looks like Pittsburgh's unfinished.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
This has been another edition of Jay and Dan Rank Stuff. Oh, my honorable mention.
Yeah, you forgot to mention your honorable mention.
Ottawa Senators.
For the good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Flames was my dishonorable mention.
You really, really blew it, Calgary.
They're bringing back the boat. Team unveiling a new logo Monday, adding a modern twist to the classic boat logo that was used from 76 to 88, including the 1983 Grey Cup winning season that ended a 31-year championship drought. Brilliant move.
I saw a lot of positive feedback for that today, and I think it's justified. It's perfect little tweak the logo just a little bit. Looks great.
Cambridge blue and Oxford blue.
That's the double blue. I didn't realize that. That comes from our producer G-Bone.
Big blue guy.
He's always into the blues. Check out this photo of Masters winner Dustin Johnson and Wayne Gretzky. A great one. Don DJ's brother Austin's caddy outfit. And the Oilers quick to make a slight edit there, placing 62 with 99. That's so great.
I wonder if they washed it before, because
probably not. Maybe they just turned it inside out.
I don't think so. I would have seen
kind of gross.
The Miami Marlins introduced Kim Ng Monday, who became the first female GM in a major North American men's professional league. She admits that she's a little surprised by the amount of support she's received since the announcement last week.
The idea that it has affected this many people is just extraordinary. I thought it would be a big deal, but this is beyond my expectations, and I think beyond many people's expectations. But I think that really is just a testament to where we are. People are looking for hope. People are looking for inspiration, and I'm happy that this is a part of it. It's a tribute to the idea that you just have to keep plowing through. That's what this is, and yeah, you're defeated. It's like what we tell the players. You can go down and you can mope and sulk for a few days, but that's it. Then you got to come back. And I think that's what I've been able to do. And yes, I've been defeated and deflated numerous times, but you always still keep hoping and again plowing through.
She turns 52 on Tuesday. She was part of the Yankees front office that won 3 consecutive World Series titles from '98 to 2000, and Derek Jeter is a partial owner of the Marlins, so there's a connection instantly. She majored in public policy at the University of Chicago. White Sox gave her her start in the big leagues as an intern in 1990.
And you always remember, she's been interviewed many times for GM positions. She was turned down 6 different times, so she alluded to that, just plowing through. If you audition for something, you apply for something, you don't get it, do it again. And she did it 6 more times. On the 7th one, she got it. It's very exciting.
And maybe we can email her about bringing back the home run sculpture in Miami.
Yes, exactly. The one in the center field.
As they tossed it.
Yeah. How do we? Yeah. Because it's just a shame they got rid of that thing. It was such a beaut. Tim, do we have a picture? No. When we come back, we celebrate Grey Cup Unite Week in the Jannies. Look at a little CFL Jannies.
Like that. Like it a lot.
NCAA announced Monday the entire 2021 March Madness tournament will be played in one location. They're in talks with the city of Indianapolis to hold the 68-team tourney. Last year's tourney was called off due to the coronavirus. Virginia defeated Texas Tech back in 2019. All right, so this would have been Grey Cup week. So we are taking a look at the best Grey Cup Jannies. And we begin in 2019, Andrew Harris. The beautiful touchdown catch as the Bombers won their first Grey Cup in 19 years.
91 Grey Cup. Rocket Ismail picks up the kickoff and takes off. Beats a couple defenders.
If he gets to the outside this time, he's gone.
87-yard touchdown. Oh, there's the beer. Argos won 36-21.
2016 Grey Cup overtime. Henry Burris, TSN star broadcaster, to Ernest Jackson, bobbles it, scores the eventual winning score for your Ottawa Red Blacks. Oh, it'll be great to have CFL football back.
Previous time Ottawa won the Grey Cup, 1976. Helped out by this Tom Clement's touchdown pass to Tony Gabriel. Look at that arm. And the over-the-shoulder spike.
How about 2002? One of our buddies, Anthony Calvillo, looking for Ben Cahoon. Ben Cahoon diving one-handed grab on some serious turf. Oh, Ben Cahoon. What a player he was. Montreal won 25-16.
2017 Grey Cup. In the snow, Ricky Ray down the sideline. Devere Posey beats his defender. 100-yard touchdown. The longest passing play in Grey Cup history. And Toronto won the game, 27-24. Classic Grey Cup moment.
2014 Grey Cup. Hamilton trailing in the final minute. Brandon Banks. Speedy D. I mean, he really is fast. This would be the go-ahead score. Play called back for an illegal block in the back. And Calgary holds on for the win.
2001 Grey Cup. Kahari Jones into double coverage, but it's Milt Stegall. Double coverage doesn't mean anything to him. But the Stamps won 27-19.
Or in 1996, I believe I was on the row in the newsroom for this pack, but I was not assigned this Grey Cup highlight because I was not good as a story editor. But what a catch by Eddie Brown. The shoelace catch.
2009 Grey Cup, down 2 with 5 seconds remaining. David Duval misses the game-winning field goal, but hang on. Sorry, Riders fans. Too many men on the field. Yeah, 13. So Montreal gets another chance.
No.
Second
All
kick.
Laffa.
Meowsville. Hey, Mark Trestman.
Hey. Did you steal my Montreal Alouettes poster? It's signed by Mark Trestman.
Need to go and rewatch all of those.
Oh, 30 Rock. What a show. We'll be back.
We taped a brand new Jane Dan podcast. Graham Dillette, who was on our Masters coverage, answers the question everyone's asked. Who's a better roommate in life, Bob Weeks or James Duffy?
It's the worst play of the day. Monday Night Football. Vikings punting. Dwayne Harris.
Dwayne Harris running up
Can't
and he
catch.
lofts it.
And the Vikes.
Minnesota jumps on it.
And that led to a field goal. And eventually,
Metellus
a Vikings victory.
able to recover.
So the Bears are really struggling.
For Minnesota.
And highlight of the night comes from the Monday Nighter as well. Kirk Cousins takes a shot at the end zone. Adam Thielen there. One-handed brilliance. 17-yard score.
Bring it down for the touchdown.
And yes, definitely the highlight of the night.
Plus the Alex Trebek cleats.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive. It's Movember, of course. The entire month we're growing mustaches to raise funds and awareness for men's health. Here is the link to donate to us. We've been getting tons of donations. We do appreciate that.
Let's check on Jay's. I want to check on the coloring here. So you've got gray sides, but no middle gray. Side gray, no middle gray.
Interesting.
Maybe better fertilizer in the middle.
How about Dan? Let's check and see how the alleyway is going. Everybody's talking about the alleyway. Of course, we're talking about the fact that he's got the sort of, I guess, a goatee here, and then a pretty thick mustache over here. Now, I'm noticing longer on this side than this side.
Oh, yeah. I'm not very good at keeping things even.
Either way, it's all for a good cause.
Another reminder, McDonald's new Fries for Good initiative from now to November 30th. A portion of the proceeds from every fries order going to go towards Ronald McDonald House Charities in Canada. Just a great charity.
It is.
And the fries are the best in the game. You blew it. Our errors. You thought the Ducks logo from the retro jersey was called Mighty Wing. It's called Wild Wing. During the top 10, you said Cold Hands was a character in Game of Thrones. He's a mysterious figure from beyond the wall. His name was given by Samwell Tarly, but his actual name's unknown.
It's Benjamin Stark. Everybody knows that.
And you said 2019 Grey Cup for Winnipeg was first in 19 years. It was actually their first in 29 years.
I really had a rough show. But just like Kim Ng, I had a rough show, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep plowing through.
That's right. That's all you can do. See ya.
Customers would pull up and I'd ask them if they wanted leaded or unleaded.
Pencils?